What's up, everybody? Rusty Buckets with the Bucks 2 cents of the week. I have beef with the AP Top 25 poll. It's not the top four. I'm fine with it being Georgia or Oregon, Georgia, Penn State, Ohio State. They're four of the best teams in the country. Oregon's undefeated, has the best win out of all with their upset win at home against the number 4 ranked Buckeyes a few weeks ago. Georgia is the best team in the SEC. They beat Texas. We know it's not Alabama, who happened to beat Georgia. That's just Kirby Smart. Can't get that monkey off his back. I got no beef with the top four. I got no beef with the top five, with Miami sitting there in fifth at 8-0. I do have beef with some of their other teams they have ranked a little bit lower. One team I think they have overranked. Find you somebody who believes in you like AP voters believe in Notre Dame. Notre Dame's currently sitting eighth, even with that ugly, ugly loss to Northern Illinois on their schedule. Yeah, they just beat a Navy team who I was high on, and if you've watched the Two Buck Sports Show, I had them in my top 12. I liked Navy. I thought they were good. And Notre Dame flexed to beat them 51-14 this past weekend. No real major games looming now for the Irish. Their only other ranked matchup is against an Army team on November 23rd, which Army has Bryson Daly. He's a great running quarterback. Maybe they can find a way to beat Notre Dame. I don't think so. I think Notre Dame will finish the season with one loss, and that would get them in the AP or in the top 20, top 12 for the college football playoff. It's just not enough, man. Like, stop me if you heard this before, but Notre Dame's going to get forced into the top 12 to go play for a national championship, and they're going to get embarrassed on the national stage, a la Manti Te'o and that team that got ran up, through, over, and around by Eddie Lacy in Alabama. I don't buy the Irish. They're not a good football team. They don't have any depth on defense, especially, but they're not playing anybody. Yeah, they overmatched a good Navy team, but we know Notre Dame should win that game. I also have beef with Indiana, sitting 13th. Man, this team has done nothing but win. They're 8-0, baby. Curt Cignetti just wins. Ask him. He'll tell you, look me up. I just win wherever I go, and it's true. The Hoosiers are 8-0, beat Washington when game day was in Bloomington this weekend. Again, a very favorable schedule coming up with Michigan State, Michigan, and then the big one, they go to Columbus to play Ohio State. If they can come out of that game with a win on November 23rd, holy cow, we might be talking about a Big Ten champion Indiana Hoosiers, and not basketball, but in football. Wild times in 2024. I'm high on the Hoosiers and Curt Cignetti. All he did was win at James Madison. Now all he's doing is winning in Indiana. I also have beef with the Pitt Panthers. Look, Miami's 8-0. They've earned that spot. Cam Ward's been one of the best players in college football. All Pitt and Pat Narduzzi is one. Like, they just win, man. They're 7-0, sitting 18th. I think they should be higher given that 7-0 ranking. They're playing really good football. They absolutely dismantled Syracuse this past week, and former Ohio State quarterback Kyle McCord with 5 interceptions, including 3 pick sixes. We'll find out this weekend. Pitt and SMU play Saturday in a top 25 matchup. Pitt travels to Dallas, and we'll find out what they're made of in that. Again, I think they're a good team. I think they're ranked a little bit low. We'll find out as they face another top 25 team in the SMU Mustangs, so I'm also pretty high on. I think that they're playing good football. They're 7-1. They've got a chance this weekend to make some noise. If you have nothing going on Saturday night, it is college football. You shouldn't have anything going on Saturdays. Tune in and watch that game Saturday night at 7 o'clock. Find out who's the better football team. But look, the moment you've all been waiting for, I know this is why you tuned in, my top 12. I'm going to tell you who I think is going to be playing in the college football playoffs when it comes down time in January. Might be a couple surprises on here. So I'm staying chalk. I have Oregon ranked first, winning the Big Ten. I think Dylan Gabriel and Oregon are finding their stride at the right time and will be one of the best teams standing in January. And 2, I got Georgia winning the SEC. I just think Kirby Smart has too much depth and too much talent on that team. If they can figure out how to use an Uber, there's nothing that's going to stop Georgia from being one of the top 2 teams. BYU, the Fighting Mormons, baby, the Cougs. Hard to beat at Provo. They find ways to win. I like BYU to win the Big 12. That's a good football team. They're scrappy. They're tough. They're hard-nosed. Here we go again. Dabo has Clemson winning. They're 6-1, currently sitting 11th in the new AP Top 25 poll. You've got, again, a quarterback that's been there a while, knows this system. Clemson is finding ways to win. They're kind of like, in honor of spooky season, Michael Myers. They're just inevitable. always lurking in the background, finding ways to win, finding ways to pop up out of nowhere and get after Jamie Lee Curtis. And I think that's Clemson. They're just inevitable, lurking and winning. And I think they win the ACC. 12-5, Boise State feels like the shoe in here as long as they keep winning. Their one loss is to the number one team in the country. They're sitting 15th at 6-1 with no real competition left. I think Boise State can find a way into the top 12. Fifth, I have Texas. I got no beef with Texas. They slugged one out with SEC powerhouse Vanderbilt this weekend and found a way to win by 3. Pitt, Texas A&M. What a fun matchup, right? I never would have had this in my top 12 3-4 weeks ago, and definitely not at the beginning of the season. But I think Pitt is playing great defense, playing good football, and Mike Elko is running a real program. No teams, no fast talkers, no BS, just winning football in college. Tennessee, Ohio State in the 11-6. Tennessee controls their destiny. I think a 2-loss Tennessee team with one of those losses being Georgia in the couple still find the top 12. And then finally, again, 10-7, Indiana, the Hoosiers, playing for a shot at a national championship and not in basketball. The Fighting Curt Cignettis just continue to win, and I think they can get in even with one loss being Ohio State. I think a one-loss Hoosiers team finds their way into the top 12. Let me know in the comments where I got it right, where I got it wrong. Let me know your top 12 and who you think will be playing for a national championship at the end of the year.